Welcome to Wave Wasters, I'm Matt, and in this video I'm going to make this set of fabric inlay fins. For this set of fins, I'm going to try a fabric inlay over top of pine. And I'm hoping this will allow me to do fabric inlaid fins without going through like 30 layers of cloth to get a thick enough fin panel to foil. I'm hoping that it will cut down on just the amount of fiberglass I use, so then I can use something cheaper and a little bit easier to work with, which is the wood. So to start off, I'm going to make the fin panel using some scrap pine, and then I'm going to draw on my template and cut it out. So let's jump into it. Okay, now that I have my two fins cut out and sanded the exact shape, I just remove the finishing nails so that I have them separated, and I'm going to dry out my foil on these. I'm going to do flat foil on one side and just a typical foil on the other. Once I have that drawn out, I'm going to drop it in the vise and give it a quick foiling with the sander. So let's jump into that. Alright, I have my two fins foiled, so I'm going to quickly paint these with some white acrylic, and that's going to help the fabric keep its colors and it won't be as muted. When I used to make snowboards, I wouldn't paint the wood, and sometimes through the fabric, if it didn't have a lot of dark colors, you could see the wood grain in the lighter colors. So I'm hoping with coating the fin with a very light coat of paint, it will help hide the wood grain in the lighter colors and just help make the colors pop a little bit more on the fin. So once I have the fins painted and it's dried, I'm going to glue the fabric down, and then I'll trim it up to the fin, and then I'll just glass the fin as normal. So let's jump into that. I glued the fabric on the fins. It was a little tricky to do with the super glue. I think next time I'll try spray adhesive and just use super glue along the edges. That seems to work really well for tucking the fabric on, and it makes it really easy to trim it so it's perfectly to the fin. So now I'm just gonna glass them and add a couple fin tabs. Alright, I have the tabs cleaned up and the rest of the fin just polished and sanded, and they came out pretty good. I think next time I do a fabric inlay fin, I'm just going to use spray adhesive to attach the fabric to the wood. The super glue worked good around the edge and it made it really good to trim the fabric perfectly. So I think I'll keep doing that, but just over the bulk of the fin, the spray adhesive just worked better. So with that being said, here's how the final fins turned out.